So, good evening, good evening, good evening. It is not a good evening, actually, if you are an Arsenal fan, because yet again, Arsenal have lost. It's becoming a regular occurrence now. This is a manager that lost 17 games last season in all competitions and can barely win a pre-season friendly. The same pre-season that he's been banging on about since he got here. Oh, I need a pre-season, need a pre-season. Why do you need a pre-season, Mikel? Because you lost to Hibs, you drew with Rangers, you beat Millwall, probably about your level. You beat Watford, and then you lost to Chelsea, and now you've lost to Tottenham. Well done. Our top earner, our goal-scoring machine, until this guy pretty much rocked up and ruined him, hasn't scored a goal in pre-season at all. Not a single goal in pre-season for Aubameyang. That is a cause for concern, big time. But listen, before I get into I'm going to go through some of this transcript from the usual PR puppets that are allowed access to this manager and don't bother asking him the questions. So that we want the answers to. They're more interested in just keeping their tea and biscuits and their perks at the football club. Absolute gutter pressed, a lot of them. More interested in being chums with everybody. Oh, yes, Mikel. No, Mikel. 3 bags for... Oh, would you want another lump of sugar in your tea, Mikel? Absolute wasters. Yeah, absolute wasters. Before I get into talking about that, make sure you are subscribed to the Morley Gunner channel, where I'm stress-free. I don't have to watch this banter club. I didn't even watch the game. Ain't interested. I won't pay £8 to watch that crap. I already knew we'd lose. But make sure you go and follow that channel. And yeah, it's been a good day. Chilling around the pool. Going out for dinner in a bit. Going for an Indian with the little one and their mum. So that should be good. And I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. But listen, you'll find out when the vlog drops tomorrow night. So go and check that channel out. Stick a thumbs up on this. Subscribe to this channel. And let's push this up to 100k as quick as we can. And do you know what? The banter that's coming this season wouldn't surprise me if we hit 100k by December. But there we go. Anyway, let's get into this little transcript. Like I said, the usual PR puppets that are allowed to sit in these press conferences that don't bother asking them the right questions and don't bother to challenge them on his replies, really, and try and keep it all nice. Oh, it's got to be nice. Why has it got to be nice? We're 5 days from the start of the season. We've got one goalkeeper that's, he's all right. I wouldn't say Leno's anything other than all right. If Leno gets injured, and at one point I was seeing some of the clips going around, that he was laying down quite long, like 2-3 minutes perhaps, and then obviously he was back up. If he gets injured, we have got Runnison in goal. Runnison. That's where we're at, okay? Joe Willock, I'm going to come to that in a minute, but he basically said, or the club said, that they would give us an update. The manager will give you an update on Joe Willock at the end of the game. Well, we're coming to that in a minute. Let's start. On the performance, it was a great test to play against that type of game before starting the season. I think the games had different phases. 10 minutes when we had some problems with our high press and we were a little bit disorganized. Not like you've had a pre-season to sort it out and be organized, is it, Mikel? But there we go. After that, we got control of the game and dominated it. Okay, we had some big chances, but we didn't score, and they had one big chance, and they didn't score. I think that says they were supposed to score. They did score. Another typo. I expect nothing less from this website, because whoever writes these articles and puts them on here gets a typo every time. Not like they're professional or anything, is it? But there we go. Second half, it was very interrupted. Anyway, I'm moving straight on to the Joe Willock bit. Right, Joe Willock and Rob Holding not being in the squad. 2 different reasons. With Rob, he's not available. He wasn't fit enough to play today. With Joe, we'll explain the reasons when we can. On whether it means Joe's leaving the club, all I can say now, when I can say more, I will let you know. Like, well, hang on, what happened to telling us an update on Joe Willock? Why is it this club is so secretive? Yeah, why is it these journalists don't call him out and say, well, hang on a minute, Mikel, we were told that you were going to be letting us know in this press conference after this game, as we sat here now, and updates to all the millions of fans waiting around the world for this news, get an update on what's going on with Joe Willock. Why didn't they ask him that? But they won't, will they? Because then the communications guy, or the guy who sits, I can't remember his name, who sits out of screen, yeah, we'll go, no, Charles, no, James, no, Chris, no. Can you move on? If you've got another question. Yeah, absolute mugs, a lot of them. Sick and tired of them, man. On whether we need to add more in our attack. This is funny. What we have is what we have to maximize. And worrying about things that we don't have at the moment, there's no point. My energy is only on the players we have, make them better and make them a better threat to win matches. Not like you've had 21 months, mate. Not like you've had 21 months. This is the same guy who said we've got a clear plan, by the way. This is the same guy who at the end of the season said we know exactly what we want to do in the transfer window and we're going to try and execute it the best we can. Okay. Edu's currently at a cocktail bar in Mallorca. Well done. On whether we can get a backup keeper by Friday, he said, I don't know. I repeat myself, we train with the players we have. We are trying to do the right things to improve the team in areas that are needed. At the moment, we have come so far and the window is still open. Well, why have you wasted 9 weeks? I don't get it. Let's continue. On the defeat, to lose any game, to lose against them, obviously even more. Take the positives and learn for the next time and be prepared better. Well, you've had 9 weeks to prepare, mate. Let's carry on. We took a lot of good things from the game. We played with a lot of kids as well. We did extremely well today. So I think that's good for our preparation. On Ben White's performance, he said he was really good. But again, it's a match where they haven't played, some of them. They've only trained for 4 or 5 days. Well, why did you play them then? So you can still see that they don't want to risk. We didn't want to risk many more, but it's a good start. Well, it ain't, is it? We lost. On the pre-season campaign as a whole, he said, in terms of preparation, we've done everything we could. With all the difficulties we've had in this COVID world, here we go, the COVID excuse again. Well done, mate. Well done. In some moments in games, we put... Sorry, I've missed a bit. Sorry. Nothing surprises me in this COVID world. And I think we've improved a lot as a team and we've worked on a lot of things. Does this geezer actually believe the shit he talks? Really? At that point, did one of these puppet journalists, in fact, they're not puppets, they're cockroaches. Did any of these cockroaches that are infesting our football club actually decide to stick it on him at this point and say, well, what have you improved then? Because you've won 2 games in pre-season. You still can't defend. You still can't score or create. Your top striker isn't scoring goals and hasn't scored in pre-season. And before you come with the excuse, Mikel, that he's playing on the left, yeah? Well, that wasn't an excuse when he was banging goals, was it? Some individual errors are costing us games. No shit, Sherlock. It's been the same since you got here, mate. On the importance of starting the season at Brentford with a win. Yeah, it's always great to start with a positive result. It's a tough place and a team that has been playing together for a long time. And it's the first game, always tricky. They're a really good opponent. Unbelievable, Jeff. Absolutely shocked by the fact that people still believe this manager, if I'm honest. How can anyone listen to these puppets that are writing these articles? The same 3, pretty much, Benj, Watts, and Wheatley are the scourge of this fan base. Yeah, and I'm going to keep calling them out. I'm going to call them out every single time they write a load of crap. Because I'll tell you something now, if you got me into a press conference, then I'd probably get kicked out after question number 1. Because you can't say that to Mikel. Oh, no, it's all got to be nice, nice, nice. And we've got to push our PR to the minions that will keep flocking to come back and watch us every game. I'm absolutely sick of it. This football club smashed down a beautiful, iconic stadium to have Runnison as a backup keeper, to have Granit Xhaka on a new deal, El Neni in midfield, Bellerin. Don't even get me started on that guy. Yeah, don't even get me started on him. That geezer, Jesus Christ, how is he still here? How? And he's our longest serving player. That kind of sums up where we're at. Yeah, and all the time, these cockroaches are writing their stupid articles, not asking the right questions because of they're fearful of being kicked out and not allowed back in. And I know that there's journalists that have been kicked out of there. I know that certain ex-players were not allowed to the stadium under Arsene Wenger's reign because they kept sitting on media outlets on TV and radio and written press, cussing this football club and calling it out for what they said we should have moved for and what they told us we were moving for. They told us we are moving and smashing down that stadium to move to Ashburton Grove to compete with Europe's elite. We were doing that at Highbury. Yeah, but what they did, and I know what they did because I'm not dumb, I know exactly what they did. They knew that if they went and built a bigger stadium, they could get more people in there. It'd open it up to a global audience because obviously Wenger would stay and that Daddy Wenger was idolized by every kid growing up. And obviously, we had some good players at the time, really good players. Some of them have got statues outside. And the fact is, the reason they moved there was for that money. It's the only reason they moved there. And listen, that's all well and good. Everyone's got to eat. Everyone's got to get paid. Everyone's got to earn money. Yeah, start delivering on what you're doing. Yeah, don't tell us, yeah, that you've got a clear plan. Yeah, and then we're sat here with 5 days to go till the season starts, and we've signed one player for 50 million and then 2 backups, 2 reserves. Yeah, it's an absolute disgrace. Don't sit here and tell us you've got a clear plan when you ain't sold a single player for cash this summer. Yeah, and we're 5 days from the, oh, but Lee, wait till the window shuts. The window shuts in 23 days. Yeah, I couldn't give a shit what they do now. It's too late. Yeah, get your transfers done before the season starts. Get them in training. The pre-season you keep banging on about, you absolute fraud. Yeah, and the quicker this guy gets sacked, the quicker this club moves forward. Because people can bang on about the owner, they can bang on about the fans, they can bang on about everything else. Sack this geezer immediately and we're instantly better. Instantly better, because I believe he is the worst manager in the league. Yeah, Steve Bruce is better than him. If Steve Bruce could get a tune out of Joe Willock, he couldn't. It's a disgrace. Anyway, leave all your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on the 3 puppets that write for 3 different outlets. That don't ask the right questions, don't ever stick it on the manager, are so scared to lose their perks at the football club and their press pass to get in the ground. Let me know your thoughts on them. Let me know your thoughts on this manager. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I weren't wasting £8. I went and sat around the pool chilling. Yeah, I weren't watching that crap. But the fact is, like, our club is dead and buried. And that is a fact. I don't care if people say it ain't, it is. It's a fact. 15 years with being in this stadium, we haven't won a title. At the end of this season, it'll be our joint longest ever run without winning a league title. Thank God I've seen us win 5. Yeah, I've seen proper Arsenal. Yeah, this is just some Mickey Mouse institution with some toy badge that ain't even got the Latin writing written on it anymore, that classy Latin writing, because they wanted to open it up to more fans globally. And obviously Latin doesn't appeal to everybody. I understand that. But they've changed it to a toy badge, and we're not the only club that have done it. Juve are doing it, Inter have done it, other clubs are doing it. That's how football is. The difference is when you've got a team like Chelsea down the road that can go and spend 120 million on a player and our fans want to cry, well, maybe these gutter press, these cockroaches should be sitting there saying, well, actually, Chelsea are what Arsenal wanted to be, why they moved. Because Chelsea have sold 4, 5, 6 players this summer that never kicked a ball for the first team for about 80 odd million quid. Now Lukaku all of a sudden is only £20 million, isn't he? Yeah, that's a clever football club. That is a proper business, a proper well-run football club with proper players, a proper manager, a proper owner, and a proper fan base with proper journalists as well. These gutter press that we have at this club are a massive issue. And I'm going to call them out every day. And if they've got an issue, tough. It's my channel. Anyway, on that bombshell, I'm going. I'll be back again at 10. Make sure you subscribe to the More channel. We're out of here. Everyone out, including them cockroach journalists.